You pinch one of my ice creams?
No, you gave it me.
My favourite ice creams, this.
Hawthorn's coming along, hawthorn berries this year. The hazel doesn't look quite so good
Sandra,
this year.
I've just bought you somewhere really nice, Sam. So look at this here we've got here, isn't it? This is quite nice.
I've got my Haven mates with me. My Haven mates, these guys work
So
at
I'm
Haven
not too
Holiday.
sure when we're going to see you next. You might be up with Hannah camping, or Hannah may be coming up camping with you. Right, so Sunday after work, everybody in, nicely, all on time, no dramas. We're sat in the cottage garden, and for those that haven't been to the cottage before, this is the garden. You pinch one of my ice creams?
No, you gave it me.
My favourite ice creams, this. And I think you've just been for a bit of a browse, a walk, and I think you've just done a few minutes video, have you? What have you been up to?
So I just had a little wander and see with the seasons what's changed since I was last here, which is quite a lot. That's gross, by the way. I wouldn't do that on film. It's very distracting. But to be honest, because I hardly ever do, and it's such a nice afternoon, I've spent quite a lot of the time just lying on the grass, chilling, listening to the sounds and the birds and the combine harvester in the distance, and there's a buzzard flying over and all sorts.
You're not going to complain that there's a combine harvester at work, are you?
No?
Good. So, what we'll do now...
And I did a short bit,
go on.
just updating on how things are going with the bell ringing in general.
Oh, yeah.
At Alford.
So as you're watching this, Sandra went bell ringing yesterday morning, so you've got a bit of an update on there, have you? At the Alford church. Which church is it in Alford? The big one?
I didn't film at the church because I've not asked permission yet. I just talk about it.
Yeah, but which church is it in Alford? Is it the big one on the...
I believe it's called St Wilfrid. Oh, by the way, I'll try to put details in the office before I go, but next Saturday I think it is, there's some handbell ringing happening.
Handbell ringing?
Yeah.
All right, we have to...
If people fancy it, put some details in the office in the games room.
Right, you'll need to get that to us. And not sure what we're going to do in a minute. I'm just rendering a video at the moment. Going to have an ice cream, sit down for 5 minutes, feet up for half an hour. Going to have another bath, 2 baths in 6 months. How good is that? Have a jacuzzi. And then what we're going to do tonight? Any plans?
Well, I'd be happy with leftover Chinese personally, but I suspect you won't be, so I'll leave that to you.
Do that. That'll be well. We'll get out for a couple of pints. It's been a while.
Well, if I'm driving, it'll be the usual half, but you know.
You come home last night, you had a glass of wine and you went home all woozy, I'm tired. Dunk! And fell asleep. Right.
I did a lot of driving yesterday, Neil.
You did. So what we'll do now, coming up now, is Sandra's little vlog. So thank you, Sandra, for creating some YouTube content. Have a watch of this.
I'm just walking along again, and there's a barn opposite me, and I can see a lot of swallows, so all the fledglings must be there, this year's babies. They may not show on the camera, there's so many up there, still flying off. Dozens of them. Beautiful. When the sun's out, it's lovely and warm today. It's a gorgeous afternoon. As I thought, Rash has had enough already, so I'm just going to pop back somewhere safe and continue the walk on my own. So it's still afternoon on the Sunday, and oh, it's gone. I was just hoping to show you a little baby rabbit that's just behind in that undergrowth somewhere. When I started speaking, in fact there's a car coming out as well, the rabbit disappeared, but what you can still see it is a good year this year for blackberries. So it's not a good year for plums, but it is a good year for blackberries. So they're doing good. And just going to walk a little bit further up the lane. So lots of blackberries on the other side. And a bit further along, nearly there, we've got quite a good number of hawthorns coming along, hawthorn berries. So these are edible. I have heard, although I've not tried it, that you can make a kind of ketchup with them. Not quite sure how that works. I'm assuming you have to strain out the seeds. But anyway, but you can sort of boil it up as a kind of tea as well. It's good for circulation of the heart and, you know, sort of regulation of the blood circulation and things, apparently. And a bit further along we have some probably bullaces. So they're round, a little bit bigger than sloes, and still probably quite bitter. I haven't tried one yet. Oh, and a butterfly. Cool. Anyway, so another couple of things I spotted last night when I came with Rasha, and then let's just see. Oh, are there any hazel cobs this year? The hazel doesn't look quite so good this year. I guess the weather was a bit harsh, it's been very wet and so on, but there's an odd one. I can see one hiding there. So just one to watch with hazel cobs. If you do pick them too soon, you'll just have a nice shell but not much, not inside. So there's a bit of a balance between waiting until they're properly ripe or the squirrels nabbing them first. Not too many this year anyway, so I won't be picking anyone. I'll leave the few that are there for the wildlife. And anything else? Yeah, so the a lot of the plum trees and plum bushes have got quite a lot of leaf curl and a little bit of disease. I think it's obviously really harsh cold start very early on, and then a lot of rain and very strange weather. So it's not been a good plum year this year. So Mark tells me quite a few of you finally bought the nursery's jam. I hope you've all been enjoying it. I've certainly been enjoying mine. I'm afraid there won't be any 2023 plum jam because there ain't many plums, basically. There's more fruit trees here, but there's not much on them this year. Oh, I can see a dragonfly and a damselfly. Probably won't show. That's a damselfly, is it? Or a dragonfly? Dragonfly. Probably not very visible with colour. I can see some apricots in that tree quite high up. Guess we'll leave them for the birds. No idea how I'd get up there anyway. Yeah. Another thing I want to spot a bit further on, but it's a bit of a walk. I'll come back on that. Here we go. Here's something else I wanted to show everyone. So I guess probably a lot of people know about elderberries. So again, not a fantastic crop this year. It wasn't the best year for the elder bushes either, but yeah, so recommended not to eat these raw, or certainly not too many raw, depending if they upset your digestion. But you can put them in gin and cook with them and make wine with them and all sorts of things, and they're good for supporting the immune system against viral infections. So you can even actually buy tincture of elderberry in chemists now. So finally, some chemists are finally taking it seriously that these natural things can improve the health. Which is interesting. Some people, I'm in split minds about this. So You see these? These are these dangly bits. They're waving about in the breeze. So they're called nettle seeds. So you get apparently male and female nettles, and the seeds are meant to be quite good for health. But I don't know. I don't find them particularly appetising myself. And yeah. Anyway. For those who wish to, it's an option, but apparently the seeds are edible and meant to be quite good for, I'm not quite sure what, but anyway. So there's this recommendation to not eat the leaves when the nettles are in flower, but once they're seeded you can collect the seeds. It's a nice hawthorn bush there with lots of haws, very healthy. Yeah, so that's the main things. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit now, but it's quite breezy. Hold on to my hat. So I was going to walk a bit further down the lane. Neil asked me to mention how it went with bell ringing this morning. So I was up fairly bright and early. So doing all this bell ringing practice, but the main point really is to be able to ring for services. So you normally ring about half an hour before the service starts. So there's a lovely place called St Wilfrid's, I think I've got that right, in anyway, big church in Alford, and so they ring from 9:30 till 10, ready for the 10 o'clock service. So we're in flux at the moment, so I will get back to more services as and when, but for now I just helped out with the bell ringing this morning. It went okay. So each set of bells rings a little bit differently, so I definitely need more practice on that set of bells. So it's the first time I've tried. For those who know, it'll make some sort of sense, but so I was ringing on the treble while the other bells were all doing a grancer on 5 bells. That's not something I've tried before, so I just had to keep my place and ring first, in sequence, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then back. It went with the 6th bell ringing behind everyone. So yeah, it didn't go too badly. It was just towards the end I got a little bit lost, but the conductor helped put me right again, so that was really nice having a try at that. Didn't go too bad. Yeah, so everyone was very kind, very welcoming, so welcome to go any time, and really friendly bunch, so that was lovely. So that was my Lincolnshire bell ringing morning. So obviously still practicing back at home when I can as well, and so slowly improving. So it's a combination of improving bell control overall, so I can get the timing better when I ring which strokes, etc., and changing the speed for different sequences, and then learning how different bells handle. So different bells within a set will handle differently, and obviously different towers have different sets of bells, so getting used to all of that. Getting used to looking at the right rope, so you're meant to look at the bell that you're ringing after in sequence as you're playing, which I'm still getting used to. I'm more musical, so I must listen to the sound by ear than where I'm looking. So I'm trying to get the hang of looking in the right place, which helps the conductor and the other ringers. And then hopefully over the next weeks I'm having a go at trying to memorise some of these different sequences. Excuse the finger then, I wasn't sure where to touch to bring the screen back to life. You can edit that bit if you need to. So yeah, so slowly trying to memorise some different methods to ring something a bit more interesting as well. It's all going fine really. So just looking about, so since I was last here, the oilseed rape has been harvested and has gone. I think Neil mentioned earlier the wheat on the other side is pretty much ready for harvesting. So the heads of the corn is turned over, which means it's ready, but whether they're perhaps either waiting for it to dry or waiting for the combine harvesters to be free to harvest it. I can see some cows in the distance, which you may or may not see, and also baled up hay further away. out in the distance. And the one thing everyone says about Lincolnshire, and it is obviously true, is you do get an awful lot of sky for your money, as it were. No hills, so much sky. Yes, we're going to have been so lucky with the weather yet again. Just gorgeous. Very peaceful. Very nice.
Golden Delight, authentic Chinese meals to take away, and this one's open till 10 o'clock on a Sunday. So we're going to have a look at that, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go to the White Hart. Found a new pub, Sandra. God, you've got no idea how lucky you are to have me. But I've found a new pub and a different Chinese. How impressive is that?
I didn't know you were with me the way you walked.
No, well, who am I with? Right, go and have a couple of pints in here then, give it a go. I've just bought you somewhere really nice, Sam. So look at this here we've got here, isn't it? This is quite nice, isn't it? All very posh. Look, all the swallow nests up in the eaves. I don't know whether you can see the twisted chimney. Let me just zoom in on here a sec. Pull the zoom into the chimney. Look at that there. So we've come to the White Hart, which is the pub that I found the other day, and so a pint and a half of beer, and we decided, because it's such a pleasant, beautiful evening, we're going to have a sit outside in the sort of beer garden. So we're in a no smoking outside area, which is quite nice, isn't it? And that's bench seats, etc. Hey. When you're with me, Sandra, it's just like life. It's like being on a great big adventure, isn't it? You're laughing at? Hey? What are you laughing at? You still know what I'm going to come up with, do you? So I said, right, we'll go to the George and go to the Panda, but we always go to the George and go to the Panda. And now we come to the White Hart and we're going to go to, what are we going to go to? What's it called? The Golden Delight. Right, what a good night in the White Hart. That's highly recommended, wasn't it?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it was really good. The landlady, Diamond Lady, she was really good. But the best thing that happened there was a group of young lads and a young lass come in. To me, they looked about 12, but obviously they weren't, they were over 18. And one of the lads turned round to one of the other lads, said, "Get around in," and gave his debit card. So off he went to the bar, and he come back. You know, let's see this. He come back, and the lad said, "You owe me £3." He said, "What do you mean you owe me £3?" He says, "Your debit card's has been declined. I've had to pay the rest with some money." And he turned around and says, "Mate, I'm broke." Which I thought was funny. Those of a certain age, when we went to the pub, we didn't have a debit card, we had the cash in the pocket, and that was it. Right, Golden Delight.
Like
Here we
crying.
go. Why does it look like you're crying?
Just put drops in my eyes.
Drops in your eyes. Right, I'm packed. My holiday's over, Sandra. I'm going to be back in my tiny home for the next 8-10 weeks, something like that.
How was your mini break?
Apart from you putting my blood pressure up, it was all right. Right, something else we need to remember. We've actually got round to doing. We're about 3 or 4 weeks behind where we should be with this. But those that will remember, a few months ago, it was quite a few months ago now, isn't it?
It was probably late May, that's all I can tell him.
We managed to raise just a tad over £2,000, wasn't
It
it?
was more than that. It was
Yeah, for two. For one, ideally for one defibrillator for the nurseries. We ended up buying 2 defibrillators. One here at the nurseries in Mumbai, and the second one for our sister site, Stream Valley, just outside Penzance in Cornwall. And basically, we then had 205 £47.80. Have I got that right?
Not quite. It's about £270.
I can't remember.
I can dig out the exact number.
Anyway, to cut long story short, I will try and get a screen grab of the email just to prove that that's been paid. We put it to the vote to where that money should go to, and the majority said for the air ambulance. So that has now gone into the Lincolnshire air ambulance.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's Lincolnshire and Nottinghamshire air ambulance.
And those that will remember last year, if you were a viewer from last year, we had a couple staying with us called Paul and Wendy, who were looking after the cafe. And Wendy was in a pretty awful car crash, a dreadful car crash, and the air ambulance was needed to actually lift her to hospital. So it is something that's quite close to us here, because obviously somebody that was staying with us and sort of helping out here did actually use that air ambulance. Right, so it's a mad tidy up and things like that. How's your final few hours feeling like? Are you looking for a summary?
It's still sunny, so I'm going to put my stuff in the car and take Rash for a little walk out, and yeah.
Yeah, and poor Rash is very confused. She hasn't got a clue what's going on, have you, Rash? I think she wants to get back to the caravan where she can, she knows her domain. Rash, people from, where are you, Rash? There you go. Hello, Rash, say hello. Where are you? You're having a bouncy on the bed, are you? Oh.
Don't cut me off yet. Obviously I've not seen Rasha for a while, so she's just been staying very close to me over the last couple of days. I think we're in a bit of a Rasha and mum time, aren't we, Rasha? Yeah.
What's going on, Rasha? What's going on, Rasha?
Either that, or she knows when I stay, we're more likely to get takeaways.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? Yeah, so we had another... actually, sorry, we didn't report back I forgot the name of the place. The Chinese was quite nice last night, wasn't it? It was, and the pub we ended up, it was... and that's for your mum. Don't you recite one of them now for me?
What's this?
Just do a short one. Sea shanty responses.
Oh.
So I know that one.
You do?
I do, yeah. I've sea shanty that one with JP. I did that one.
What's the tune?
Well, you'll have to watch the video. You can see us doing it.
Okay, I'll ask Mum when I get back if she knows any of them.
And turn over one that everybody will know. Hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises early in the morning. You didn't know any sea shanties. You've got no idea, have you? No, not got a clue how lucky she is to have me and what my endless list of talents are, including sea shanties. So, Monday. And it's another beautiful, beautiful day at the nurseries, campsite, all blue sky, and back in I've got my Haven mates with me. My Haven mates, these guys worked at Haven Holidays, and we've just been I'm not so sure, is it we're reminiscing or having nightmares?
Yeah, probably a bit of nightmares.
Bit of both. Got to be careful what we say, we'll get sued. I was going to do, I've never written a script for a vlog, ever. It's all off cuff.
Right.
And only one time I ever wrote a script for about Haven Holidays. And it's actually, here's Sandra now. And Sandra says, if you do that, we'll be sued.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Flippy floppy hat on. Told me that I wasn't allowed to do it, didn't you?
Take them to court, frankly.
Should have taken them to court.
Yeah, docking breaks that you haven't had. It's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
It's completely illegal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, so you've been in the pod for a couple of nights and
it's been
everything, and how's it been?
Gorgeous, yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely weather.
Any rain?
No.
No rain.
No
Never
rain.
rains at the nurseries, does it?
A couple of wispy sort of clouds, but mainly blue
No,
sky.
it's been
and
lovely.
It's been
Really
warm.
nice.
You managed to get yourselves out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're over sort of my part of the country, down in the northwest of England.
Yeah.
A bit weird being over this side for you.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Lovely though, yeah. It's
Lovely.
nice. Really
Lovely.
nice.
So you do know there's a couple of Haven camps down here and Butlins and all the rest of it.
Where's
you
the
know?
what's the Haven
So
called?
there's a Haven in Mablethorpe.
What is
And there's
that?
a massive, huge, big one in Butlins that's got currently I think it's going through a food poisoning scare. I think at the moment it's all in the news for poisoning everybody. I think
Oh,
yeah, but there's a massive Butlins down the road.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Haven up there.
No, once you head that way, all you'll come across is thousands. You think North Wales is covered in caravans?
Yeah.
You see nothing even down
Really?
there.
No.
have a drive out before we go home. won't it?
Absolutely. So give us your name. Sorry, I'm rubbish on names. So go on and explain who you are. And
I'm Katie and this is Leighton.
yeah,
We're from Prestatyn, just come up for a couple of days after watching you
yeah.
for a while now. So yeah, it's been really nice.
You've been part of the real
world,
YouTuber and everything, which must seem a bit weird,
in
doesn't
real
it?
life.
Yeah.
No, it's been lovely.
Yeah, fantastic.
Therefore, we've had a great time.
Yeah, no, it's good to have a chat and everything,
Yeah,
and
lovely
you know,
to
all
meet
being
you
well,
both.
we'll see you again. And
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, yeah,
keep watching,
definitely.
isn't it, Sandra? Yeah, what are you doing, Sandra? You're photobombing us. It's just Sandra just randomly just appearing, isn't it?
I was going to ask you a question, but I won't put that on camera.
Oh, okie dokie. Right, in that case, we'll let these two pack up
Been
and
a pleasure,
everything.
Neil.
And no,
it's
no,
lovely
no,
to
no.
meet you
Give
both.
us a big
Yourself,
hug.
Sandra.
Sandra's here now, so she won't tell me off for giving girls hugs. So
Lovely
yeah,
to meet
yeah.
you both.
Yeah, take care. Nice to meet you,
There
Sandra.
you go.
Lovely.
You can have a hug as well.
Was it?
1 week to go, and it's the big bank holiday Monday, isn't it? Yeah, that's when we go quiet. What's the weather going to be like at the bank holiday? What do you think? So historically, we normally have rain. And looking at the long range forecast, it's not looking too good for the bank holiday. But it's a case of who knows. Right, we're going to get today's departures out of the way. Got a pod to turn over, as you saw. Toilets and showers to do, and seasonal area mowing, and quite a few on today. So we sort of really start to fill up today. And then, funny enough, we go quiet tomorrow because there's hardly any, well, there isn't any free pitches. And then and then going forward, bump, and then hammered for the weekend. We won't go into details, but we had a mini drama, didn't we?
A little bit.
But it was all okay. Blimey, Charlie. Anyway, yeah.
Potential missing person that wasn't actually missing.
No, fortunately. So it's time to say goodbye. You've scuffed your wheel trim.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
That
Wait.
was part of this moment's kerfuffle, to be honest.
Oh right, okay, never
I
mind.
was trying to back out on the main road and caught on the curb as I came
Right,
around.
just going to pause there 1 second. So I'm not
got
too sure
that.
when we're going to see you next. You might be up with Hannah camping, or Hannah may be coming up camping with you for a weekend in September, is it?
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. And yeah, see what news we get when you get home and all the rest of it, and see you when we next see you. Drive along safely. Just want to say goodbye to everybody from the nurseries. The next time you'll be seeing everybody from Manchester, won't you?
Bye from the nurseries.
And off goes the noddy car into the distance. Manchester bound with some Marabous. I've got 2 touring pitches to mow, and all being well, and get a good start over the other side on the seasonal area, and then yeah, like this afternoon's shenanigans. Now this camera isn't going to pick up what I'm seeing. Obviously we've got a big dike runs round the site, and there are hundreds and hundreds of little dragonflies everywhere. Let's say the camera, you're not going to pick them up on the camera, but I have never ever seen as many dragonflies as what I'm seeing at the minute. I'm just assuming it's all the wet that we had, and the dike must obviously be holding a lot of moisture in, and that's where they're hatching from. But I have never ever seen as many dragonflies as what I'm seeing on the site today. It's absolutely incredible. Right, so making my way around the outside of the seasonal area. Those that watch these vlogs will know where I'm going and what I'm doing. So up there now, I can see the barrier. So I'm making my way up that way so I can look out for anybody coming in and out of the house of the site. It's another beautiful day. These dragonflies are just amazing, absolutely amazing. So we've got our first arrivals on for this afternoon. There's a few on over on touring, and I've just got another 3 pitches to do here on the seasonal area, and that's the mowing for today done. Finish off my bits tomorrow. That's looking up there where I can see people now as they arrive on site. And as ever, Beautiful day. The site is looking pretty amazing. And as I speak, there in the distance is another arrival for today. Let me go and check them in. I will get these last couple of pitches cut. Came here before and Rasha was out in the garden. Oh, you're not there now. You alright, Rasha? Must be on the bed waiting for me. Not too sure if I'm going to get time to have anything to eat today. Too much to do. Right, let's get these last couple of pitches done. Today's arrivals are coming in thick and fast, and all yeah, straight on the wire as well, which is really good. Right, office time, and I'm going to have a sit down and get some water. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to get time to eat or not. I need to do a few paperwork bits and bobs. I need to have an hour in the office. Pop into the caravan to say hello, Rasha. How are you? What are you doing? Are you being good? What are you doing? Do you want a treat? What are you doing? You having a bouncy? Right, there you go. Have one of those. Good. You enjoying that? You got chewy. Oh, they're nice. Oh, you're well into that, aren't you, Rash? Hey? They're nice. She's a good girl, aren't you? The postman's been, and the box has arrived. Hi Neil, yep, you're right, it's Bonnie again. All this stuff is from Robert, Broken Leg and Andy. Keep up the good work, and a big fuss to Rasha. Bonnie, wow. Blimey Charlie, right, Rasha snacks. We've got a lot of Rasha snacks at the moment. We're going to have months worth of Rasha snacks, but thank you for those. And yeah, look at these ones here. Golly, I'm going to end up being addicted to Haribo's, aren't I? Right, that's been a pretty good day. It's been a busy all day. You don't see on camera what goes on here, but I've been non-stop since 8 this morning. It's been literally relentless, but the site is looking amazing. We've got returning guests with us now that I've just come on today. I've got a couple of YouTube viewers, subscribers, watchers, people. Yeah, absolutely great bunch on. I'm going to wrap the video off here. It's been great to have Sandra stay for a few days. It's been wonderful to see her again. I'm not too sure whereabouts she is yet, but I just had a message. We've got viewers on our house coming up, and that's within days of it being on the market. So send out some fingers crossed and good lucks for us. So if you're new here and you're a new subscriber, thanks ever so much for being on my campsite warden journey. And to some extent, it's our Lincolnshire life journey, isn't it? That's coming up. And for regular people that always stick here till the end, you know what I'm going to say. You all are amazing people, every single one of you. Thank you.